Hello everyone and welcome back to Kuli English Podcast. It's me, your host, Chris. And normally I do these episodes by myself, but today I have a special guest. And instead of me introducing the special guest, let's let the special guest introduce herself. So go ahead.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
And people listening to this podcast. I'm Mare. I'm an actor, especially for musical theater, and I have been working as an actor for about 20 years. I've started performing on stage when I was 11 years old, and since then I always loved doing theater. But on the other hand, I loved studying English, and I love traveling all over the world. I love trying something new. So yeah, I'm not just the actor, but I'm doing many different kind of stuff at the same time.
Yeah,
so
you do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, who I am. And yeah, I met Chris a month ago, and then now I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, there was the musical comedy night thing, and that's where I
Yes.
first saw you.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were not only a performer, but you were also the MC.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And then that was really amazing. I
Thank
think
you very much.
and this is like all true, right? On the podcast, it's all true stuff.
Oh.
But that was like the first time I went to see some kind of musical comedy thing. I actually didn't know what to expect because I've seen comedy things and I've seen musicals.
Yep.
I've never seen like both of them. And so we go there and we're like sitting and it's like it's like kind of warm,
Yeah,
kind of
homey.
family feeling. Yeah, and I saw it and you're an amazing MC. I've seen a lot of MC stuff and it was amazing.
Thank you very much. That's why we started, creating that kind of show because in Japan, musical theater is not that popular compared to movies or TV dramas, but it's kind of getting popular. A lot of big theater is always doing some new shows, but we don't have much opportunities to show small, tiny group of people doing funny things like singing funny musical songs. So that's
It
why.
was so good.
But that's something I really liked about musical theater. So I just wanted to do something like that in Tokyo. That's why I started thinking about that comedy show called LOL, Laugh Out Loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first show was held in 2019. I produced it and I translated all the English songs into Japanese, and I collected all the people and friends. And I made a show. I directed and I performed, of course. Then that was the second time to do it like on live.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we've been doing it offline during
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so a lot
We've
of
been doing online during the COVID. And that was the second time to do it offline. Yes.
and a lot of those have actually never been performed by anyone else.
I don't think so, especially in Japanese.
Yeah, because you translated from English to Japanese.
Yes.
Oh, so it's like it's kind of original then.
Yeah, I think so. But because thanks to people who wrote the song and composed the song,
Yeah.
now we could perform in Japanese.
Oh, that was so good. That's so good. I'm really happy I went.
Thank you for coming with all the friends of you.
Oh yeah, the whole gang.
Yes.
Like 5 or 6 people. Oikawa-san too, who
Yes.
filmed the podcast last time. Yeah, so then this is probably a good way to segue into the question. But you were talking about musical theater, and you've been doing it kind of since you were 11. In the beginning, it was musical theater from the beginning, or was it a different kind
No,
of?
it was a dance. So have you ever heard of Morning Musume? It's one of the popular Japanese idol girls group. And when I was 3 years old, that group was very hot. Like that was everyone loved Morning Musume. And I was one of them. And I always, mimic what's playing like them, and then dancing in front of the TV when they were on, like a TV show. Then I wanted to be a part of Morning Musume.
Do you remember this? You were only 3, right?
Yeah, 3. But
You remember?
I remember all the songs and then little choreography. So I really loved it. But maybe my mom or dad was always talking about me loving Morning Musume. That's why I think that I remembered it. But that's why I started learning dancing when I was 6 years old. Yeah. But before that, I was into swimming.
Swimming?
I loved swimming.
Like swimming in the water?
Because my mom,
It's so different.
used to be a swimmer. So it's kind of natural thing in my family to love to become like a swimmer. And I was taking a lesson in the swimming pool, and that building is kind of sport gym. So there's a swimming pool and there's a studio, and the studio was going to start hip hop dance class for kids.
Oh, okay.
That's where we noticed that now is the time to start taking dance lessons. And I jumped in, and I was just obsessed, with dancing.
What about swimming? You forgot about swimming?
I kept it. I kept swimming, and I did dance. So maybe twice a week swimming, twice a week dance lessons. So I was, very often visiting that sport gym.
Wow. Yeah. You got 2 plus 2. It's like 4 times a week.
Yes. Yeah, very active child.
And you liked it?
I really loved it. The both, swimming
you liked
dancing.
You liked
I really liked it. And so I started from dancing. Then I started learning, so that was hip hop, but I started taking lessons of jazz dance, where it was a different location. And the teacher of the jazz dance class, she told me about the audition of musical theater, like a family musical, where a lot of kids are going to play. So she was like, if you're interested in singing, maybe you can also, start doing musical kind of stuff. Have you watched it? And I had never seen musical before, but I would love to, try something new. So I went to the audition, and I sang like a do re mi song in front of people.
The Sound of Music, do, do.
Yeah, do, do, natsu no do. And I danced, and I made it. So that happened when I was 11 years old. And that was my first musical show I was in.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's how I, became a musical actor.
So you were a swimmer, and then you became a dancer, and then you became a musical actress.
Actor.
And you liked it the whole time. Like, I feel like a lot of kids, I mean, especially for me, I think I talked a little bit about it when we were setting up, but like there's like piano lessons and stuff.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the stuff, maybe in the beginning I like it, but then, I don't know, after a while I'm like, I don't really want to do it, but my parents make me do it or something. But for you, for all these things, like you wanted to do it. It was never like, oh, I have to do it.
I remember I didn't feel in that way, but for the swimming, I was not a kind of person that I am not currently a kind of person who loves fighting, like competing. So that's one of the reasons I quit taking lessons of swimming. I still loved swimming, but not
you're probably really good at
want
it.
to be a player, like not want to be a, how do you say,
like a competitive
swimmer.
Yeah.
So, but like for dancing or doing theater, it's kind of it's with the people, and we aim to the same goal. It's not competing each other. Maybe audition is one of the competition kind of stuff, but because everyone has to make one thing all together with a limited time and place, and that's something I really loved about musical theater, because it's not a game, it's art.
Yeah, you like work with those people.
Yes.
And probably with those people you become pretty good friends, right?
Yes, within a very short time and period, we became, very long-term friends.
Oh, are you still in touch with any?
Yes, there are a lot of people who's very good friend of mine, and after I performed in the first show when I was 11, I started wanting to continue this musical theater as my, like, not the lifelong term, but I wanted to do it more. And I took so many auditions. Then I met one of my best friends in the musical Annie.
Right, yeah.
Annie, in Japan, there are not so many popular musical where children can play. So Annie and some other, there are only few works that children could be in. So Annie was one of the most, popular musical.
And it's really competitive, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
Do you know how many people applied?
I'm not sure, but like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 kids want to be Annie every year, but I was not the youngest age of kids when I started taking an audition of Annie, because the youngest one was like 4 or 5 years old who wanted to be an Annie, and they applied to the audition every year. Maybe they're forced to.
That's when you were still swimming.
Just playing with the water. But at the moment I was like maybe 12 or 13 years old already. So I'm within the kids community, like kids actor community. I was a kind of older, older kids.
You're the top dog.
Yeah, so it was nice. Like I was glad I started later in terms of, because I could go to the lesson by myself, and I could choose which audition I wanted to take. But if I were, 4 or 5 years old, there's no, like a choice.
Yeah.
Maybe parents have to take care of everything.
Yeah.
Then I took an audition for Annie, and I made it. And
Out of the 1,000 people, right?
yeah, but like it was very competitive. But for the older kids characters, it was less competitive.
So like 500 people.
I'm not sure. I don't know about the exact number, but that was a double cast. So that means that one role will be played by 2 different people, with a different cast. And me and Mano, another actor, we became a very good friend, and we are also friends of family, and we are now still contacting each other to make something new to start with.
Oh, that's super cool. So you've
cool.
known her for such a long time. She's like a childhood friend.
Yeah.
And she's still doing like musical acting stuff.
Yeah,
right?
we both are doing musical theater stuff.
Did you ever have some point where you were thinking, maybe I won't do musical theater. Maybe I'll change and do something else?
Yeah, I think there are some moments, and I'm not sure, maybe that kind of period will come soon or not. But I think the most I remember the most of the time during COVID. Of course, everyone had a very hard time.
Yeah.
But for the theater people, we couldn't do anything because we couldn't gather.
Yeah, it's really
and
tough.
it was really live product, the theater itself.
Yeah.
So, but we couldn't be in the show. So I was very not stressed, but I was very in hurry because if I couldn't be on the stage, I felt like I was nothing because nobody could see me. And then if nobody saw me, that meant I was not existing. That kind of way of thinking was it was in my mind. And then I rapidly started doing Insta Live, online musical show.
You tried a lot of stuff.
Did a lot of things and burned out. Yeah.
I think it's good that you tried though.
Yeah. It was really fun, and everyone needed, everyone wanted to try that kind of stuff. So I was glad that I encouraged people who wanted to try the same kind of thing. And also I invited some friends and people not only in Japan but based in the US. I collected that kind of people to get collaborated online.
Oh yeah.
To sing, to dance. So it was really fun. But then after COVID, we could now, again start performing on the stage. Then I was really passionate to, re-perform on the stage. And I've done, I remember five shows in a year. I've done it. Then
it's like every
normally maybe 2 or 3 shows in a year is pretty much enough.
Yeah.
Because it took 2 or 3 months to get ready for one show. But I've done 5
You did so much.
I don't know why, but I was really passionate.
Because you had all
After
this
the COVID,
pent
like,
up
I had so
willpower
much
from
energy
COVID.
and motivation. But like, it was really tough physically and mentally, and some, like a difficult thing had happened in my life at the same time. And I feel like, oh, maybe I had to stop running in that kind of style. Then I didn't quit, but I decided to take rest a little bit. Because, I was, at that time, I was living with my family in my home. And the location is such a nice place. It's really easy to access to Shinjuku, Shibuya. And then the rehearsals and the shows will be around that area. So it was really easy to live with my family. Get feed by my parents and cozy home where I can sleep all the time safely.
It's like a home base.
Yes, very home-based life. But the thing is that because physically it's really close to the theater industry, so I couldn't escape from any of it, and I decided maybe I should escape here. I loved my family and my home, but I had to escape here to somewhere else where the air is very different or like people are different. So I moved to the different place where the ocean was closed by, and that was maybe like the moment I started thinking about like a new lifestyle, not only doing theater. That was like 2022, 2023. That's what had happened.
But I think it's really important to every now and then you do something that you want to do, even if it's not like the perfect move for your career or something. So probably taking a break, of course, it's better if you actually don't take a break and you keep continuing, and then you'll get more famous. But I mean, taking the break it probably felt right for you, and because you decide to do it and you do it, then there's like this trust with yourself.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I know I worked really hard, but I want to take a break, and then you listen to yourself and you take a break. You can always come back, and you did come back. That's why.
That's right.
Oh, and then I forgot to ask you about, I guess, like language things, because like this whole podcast is supposed to be for learning English stuff. And then so I wanted to ask you, so number one, like your English is really, really good.
Thank you.
So it makes me think like, I'm sure there was some English influence when you were growing up, because it's like above a certain level that people would expect for someone who started learning late. So I guess I wanted to ask you, like, what's been your journey with learning English? When did you start learning? And do you remember not being able to speak English?
I remember. And I even now I feel sometimes my English is not enough to communicate with that people, that kind of people, to understand that kind of world. But when I was my parents they both can speak English, so that's such an advantage, right? My mom used to live in the US, and my dad he was based in Japan, but he was traveling all over the world for his job. So since when I was 0, maybe they were communicating. Not their communication is in Japanese, but they have international friends. So when I was born, friends of my parents would come to my house and to see me and maybe talk to me in English or not. I don't remember because I was a baby. But then when I was growing up, my mom always let me to watch English singing channel or like a dancing kids channel. I saw a lot of Disney movies in English. That situation made me get interested in English and also curious and love English. It's not something that I was forced to learn, but naturally there was a English content around me that's why I was, I started, getting curious about English.
And in your family, like, what does everyone think about English? Because sometimes, like, in a normal Japanese family, sometimes people think, like, I have no interest in English, I don't care, I wish I had it, but I'm not willing to put in the work. But then in your family, I guess if both your parents already speak English, then they see it as like, oh, this is fun, or they see it as like, oh, we want to give this as a skill to Mare so that she can have it. Like, what's
Maybe they were not supposed to strictly, let me learn English. But for them, it's one of the communication tools. So they have a lot of friends around the world. That's something, really nice. And that's something that they want me to experience as well. So English is one of the most strongest tool to communicate with people.
And you do have friends kind of throughout the world, right?
Right now, thanks to my parents and the advantage. And one of the funny stories was, so if I remember correctly, when I was 3 or 4, I started understanding Japanese languages, right? And started speaking and communicating with my parents. Then if something, when my parents spoke something secret, they started speaking in English, right? Because now I could understand what they were talking about, so that they changed their languages into English. And that made me more curious about what they were talking. Like, that's something secret, that's something that
Well, what kind of secret?
I don't know, I don't remember, maybe.
I guess you didn't understand English at the time.
No, I don't remember. So, but that really made me, feel, I want to, know more. Yeah, that was kind of maybe good motivation for me.
Yeah, it's like if you understand it, you'll get to know these secrets or these fun things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
And while I'm talking to you, I just remember the very important thing.
Oh yeah?
In terms of my English journey. My very first friend of my life was a half American and half Japanese. She was born a year before I was born. She was born in the same apartment where we lived.
Oh, okay. That's best friend material.
Yes. And then
hang out all the time.
her mother was American. So her mother and my mom was, communicated very well. Then, they had a baby at the kind of same time. So we were very close as a families. So that influenced me a lot.
Do you remember playing with them?
Yeah, I played a lot with her.
And when you play, you speak in English with them?
That was mainly in Japanese, I remember. But her mother talked to me in English sometimes. So it was very natural to, listen to her speaking English.
Okay, so there's a lot of different sources of English and also motivation to understand.
Thanks for letting me remember all the reasons, all the elements of my English journey. Yeah. But I've never took any English classes as a kid's lessons. No, I've never had that lessons because English is always, was surrounding me.
It was just used and sometimes it's there, so you kind of pick it up.
It was more like music or movie with that kind of art things. So that's why I was always loving it.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure a lot of other people, like, if they hear this, they'll think, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I had that kind of influence there. And because it sounds like it's just part of your life. It's not something that you had to like really, really work for. It's just, it's there. If you learn it, then you can understand your parents' secrets. You can understand your friend's mom. So yeah, that's really great. And then, so now, like, do you feel like your English skill has given you more options in life?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, of course. Because I can, most of all, I can communicate with a lot more people.
Like me.
Yes, compared to, not speaking English.
Yeah.
So it broadened my life options. yeah. I use English for my work job, so I use English every day,
Using English
daily
every day.
basis. That's really important to me. So it's a nice opportunity to have. Like yeah. So the communication, in terms of communication, so my occasion of my childhood is very grateful. Then I went to public school, public elementary school, junior high, and high school, and I went to private uni. But those public schools are just like a normal Japanese public school.
Yeah.
Except for the high school. High school was public, but it's a Tokyo Metropolitan International High School. So there are a lot of students from overseas, not only Japanese
And they
students.
speak English better than Japanese.
Very well, very well. Then there was a moment I got shocked by my English skill. Because till junior high, I was a normal Japanese girl who could speak English a little, better than other people, other students. But once I entered into the high school, there were native speakers all over, the high school. Then I felt really not ashamed, but I felt less. I spoke English so well. Then there were 4 classes for English because the high school itself focused on English educations. So there are 4 classes, and the top class was only for native speakers. So I could never be in that class. Then second class was like a advanced and intermediate and the beginner.
So where were you?
I was like the second
Okay.
class. But like for me, the advanced class students looked so shiny.
So you wanted to
Because
be
they're
there.
Japanese, mainly Japanese people, but they spoke very well and they understood English very well. So I was like, I had to learn more. Like I have to study a lot more. That's why I, decided to enter that high school, apply to the high school. So I studied a lot, like grammatically, vocabulary.
You study at home, or how did you study?
I study at home and at school. I've never been to clam school, the juku,
Yeah.
but I was studying in that high school classes because the teachers were, fantastic, and there were so many, good texts and elements, and then debate class, discussion class, presentation class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of different ways to
Yes.
use English, I guess.
Then English summer camp where you only had to speak in English. If you use Japanese, like the teacher runs to you and then, don't speak Japanese. That's such a kind of thing. So that happened for the first grade of the high school. So that was very strict high school. But thanks to that occasion, my English level got like a little bit improved. Then I think third grade, when I turned to the third grade, I could go up to the second, like in advanced class.
Oh, you made it.
Yeah.
You made
so
it.
I graduated.
Congratulations.
Yeah, from the second level class. So yeah.
So you're from intermediate Mare
Intermediate
to advanced Mare?
Yeah, advanced Mare.
But you never went to native Mare.
No way. The people are really cool. But yeah, I study a lot in high school.
And then once you were in the advanced class, were you happy?
Yeah. Yeah.
You made
I felt
friends
enough.
What is it you said? You described them as shiny.
Yeah, they're shining.
Like, they're like the.
Yeah,
the
I
cool
don't
people.
remember I felt shining. But like, yeah, I remember that I was studying so hard. Then I went to Sophia University to study English literature. Then during the uni life, I decided to go to the U.S., New York City, to see the authentic musical theater as an exchange student. So it was I just went to the school, like a university in New York City, but the actual aim of my life was watching a lot of musicals and taking, musical lessons.
So you've loved musicals like all your life, right?
Yeah, I couldn't stop.
What
loving it.
about like Disney movies? Are those? Do you think those are kind of musicals, or
I
you think they're different?
Disney movie is more like anime, but
Yeah.
it obviously has a musical elements a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm a Disney kid, so I always love Disney music. And
Did you have a favorite Disney movie?
What's that? If I pick one from Pixar or Disney?
Well, I know both.
You know
like,
both?
I probably have seen most of them.
Okay. Oh, so my favorite. There are a lot. There are a lot of good movies, but my favorite is Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
All the time.
Oh.
Because I love swimming. I always wanted to be a mermaid. Yeah, when I was swimming.
That's not physically possible.
I always wanted to be a mermaid because the Ariel can sing, swim, She was kind of my ideal role when I was a kid.
Yeah, she can sing, she can swim, and then she can get a curse,
can have legs.
and then she can have legs as
Yeah,
well.
she can get cursed too. She can lose her voice.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough. Actually, this is a little bit unrelated, but just I think like 2 days ago, I had like this dream. It's not really a nightmare, but it's kind of like a dream. And I dreamed that I married Ursula, like the octopus, like the villain.
The octopus.
Yeah, and then I felt really bad because I didn't want to marry her, but she really wanted to
What
marry.
happened?
I remember because it was her, like she was purple.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't under the sea. I don't know. It's a dream.
But you noticed that it was Ursula.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was talking about The Little Mermaid recently.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking about it,
Maybe
and then
that's it.
in the dream, I see Ursula, and Ursula's like, "Oh, I'm excited for our wedding," and I was thinking, I don't think I want to do this. How can I say this? And then I woke up, and yeah.
That's horrifying.
A little bit unrelated. But
Wow.
Yeah.
Mermaid.
Yeah, I think Disney, I always thought of Disney as like a really good introduction into like musicals for kids. Because if you
sure.
get a kid and you have them watch like Wicked or something, like Wicked I think is a really fun musical. I've seen like the one on New York, and then I saw the recent one with Ariana Grande and stuff.
Yeah,
I like both.
movie.
But then if you put like a 5-year-old kid and you make them sit for, an hour or something, I don't think they're going to like it that
Yeah.
much. They need cartoons and lots of stimulus.
Yes.
So they need Ariel to be like, la 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 la,
Yeah.
oh my voice. And then like Sebastian, under the sea. I think it's a nice little introduction.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I remember that I was watching most of all Disney movies, first in Japanese, and my mom changed the language into English. But because when I say we, it includes my little sisters, but because we were watching those movies a lot of times, like maybe 100 or 1,000 times, again and again, so that we remembered the lines of the characters correctly. So if it turns, my sisters are not actors, but they remembered. And if the language can be replaced into English, we knew what they're talking about because we remembered it in Japanese.
Because you watched
so that
a lot.
it doesn't matter if it's English or Japanese. Then maybe naturally we could start understanding what they're saying in English as well. So that's my mom's tip.
Do you remember any like words in English that you learned from Disney?
No, I can't come up with anything. What's that? But like Ariel's song, it has a lot of vocabulary. It's a part of your world.
Look at this stuff,
isn't it? Every single word is new to me. When I actually when I learn how to sing it, like vocally. When I learned how to sing it in English, I had to check all the vocabulary and what does it mean.
When did you learn that?
It was like maybe junior high or.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So not when you were a kid, but
No,
after you
no.
grew up. And
Yeah.
did you want to sing it at karaoke, or why did you want to learn it?
I was taking a vocal lesson for taking an audition for Annie.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to try some, musical song with my teacher.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, I picked that song because that was one of my favorites. Yeah. and I used to love High School Musical a lot.
Oh yeah,
you
High School
remember?
Musical. I remember High School Musical.
Yeah.
I can sing some of the stuff at karaoke too.
Yeah,
Like the guy part and the
I
girl
do it.
part.
I do it often. Yeah. So High School Musical also, influenced me a lot because, like, a dream American teenager lifestyles, school, like a drama, and yeah. At the time I was watching Disney Channel, I always wanted to be a Disney star. So I was always like thinking about how to be a Disney star, like a pop star idol, like Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah.
I was really into it.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. I feel like your whole story with how you learned English, especially like the level that you speak at now, like it sounds so natural and integrated into your life. It's not like something that you had to take away from other things to put into it. It's just there. Same with the story of like, oh, I want to understand my parents, or like I want to be in the advanced class. It's like it sounds like there are really natural ways to do it. But I do have a question. So you got this kind of like story where English was kind of a naturally fun thing for you to do, where you wanted it, you could see the value if you were to learn it. But then I think a lot of people listening to this podcast, they probably didn't have that like situation that you had growing up. And then so they might have like a question like, Mare, how can I improve? So like a Japanese person, I'm like, Mare, how can I improve my English so that I can make step forward? Like, how can I get better? And do you have any tips?
For me, I recommend you to sing in English.
To sing in English? Little Mermaid?
Because I believe that, like we're listening to English songs very often, like daily basis. Every song, every store, every restaurant is playing English song, right? So if you can pick one song, one of your favorite song, you can just start, pretending that you're the singer and trying to. I feel like it's fine not to understand every meaning of the language, but you can just mimic, like sing it.
Yeah.
Then after you feel like you complete the melodies and the rough lines, rough words, then you started writing down all the lyrics.
Oh, you write it down by hand?
Yeah, by hands. That's what I was doing when I was into High School Musical.
Oh.
I wrote down, and then
You wrote down all
now
the
I
lyrics.
understood, like a meaning. If I couldn't understand, I used the dictionary at that time, but now we could Google it very easily. So we could understand the.
You used the dictionary?
Yes. We didn't have smartphone when I was a junior high school student.
Oh.
So yeah, I used the dictionary to dig in the meaning of it. Yeah. So the good point of learning English from lyrics is sometimes it's too poetic, but it's really nice to remember the whole sentence. Not only vocabulary, not only the single word, but the whole sentence. So you can just copy it, that sentence into your, like a daily conversation.
You can copy High School Musical.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. Maybe
What
we're
else?
feeling, like a start of something new.
Started something. Can I have this dance?
Oh, wow. I do remember so.
I think I never actually watched all of them.
Oh,
I watched the
really?
first one, and the first one's really famous.
Yes.
And then
Second one is summer vacation theme.
Yeah, I forget because it's like the main characters, like they fall in love and then maybe something happens and then they have a fight, but then they get back together.
Yes.
And then the next
Same-
movie,
Same scenario.
yeah, then something happens and then they get back together. And then it's like, it's not high school anymore, right? Like they already graduated. And then I think there's a 3.
Yes.
But-
Third one was the movie.
And then are they still in high school?
Yes.
They're still
They actually graduated at the end of the third movie.
Oh, okay.
That was focused on graduation. So the second, they're still high school students.
And same for the first movie, they're still...
Yes, still high
I
school.
thought they were seniors.
They're still high school.
I thought it was going to be like for the third one, they're like, oh, actually, you need to repeat high school because you failed or something. I'm like, okay, now we have an excuse for a third movie.
One more thing to learn English, like from my experience, you asked me, is there any moment that I feel I can't speak English, like I'm not enough in terms of the skills. When I was studying abroad in New York City, there are, of course, native speakers, and I was Japanese student, and I was an Aryan. There are not so many Japanese people there, so that was really tough because, of course, every class, everything was happening in English.
Everything's
and
in English.
Of course, I had many things that I couldn't understand, but I had to attend to the class to get, credits.
Yeah, you have to go.
And I had to submit reports. I had to raise my hands and ask questions. I had to join the discussion and do the presentation as a group. It was really hard. But because I was not in Japan, I felt very brave. I don't know why, but there's no reason that I should be shameful or like timid because nobody knows me.
Yeah.
So I could be very, open. And if I made a mistake, it was fine because nobody judges you.
Yeah.
And nobody will remember you. That's something
true,
that
yeah.
I was, talking to myself. Then, at the beginning, I was really shy and I was taking some notes to ask for teachers during the classes because that's something that I learned from my friends who'd already studying abroad. They told me asking questions is really important, especially in the U.S. You had to ask at least one question at the end of the class. So I was,
It's a good habit,
what to ask. Then it was really, I was really shy to ask at the beginning, but at the end, past half a year, I
got
could,
used to it.
Yeah, raise my hands, and I could get all the credits, and my score was kind of high compared to native English speakers because I was really engaging.
They could tell you were trying really hard. The other people are probably like, "Oh, she's trying so hard."
But I didn't care.
Yeah, that's good. You just don't worry about what other people think, and then just make sure your experience is the best
really
you can make of it.
Yeah. But it's really hard to do the same thing in Japan with in Japanese community with your old friends. It's really hard because you have to show your a weakness or things that you don't really want to get open. So I recommend people to make a new community, a new friends, to where you can speak English bravely.
If there's a fresh start, then you can take advantage of it. But that makes sense, I guess, if you have other Japanese friends from a long time ago, if they kind of remember you, they know who you are, there's a little bit of an identity that you already have. So you can't just be well, I'm just going to ask anything I want and not care. But then with the study abroad, then you get surrounded in English and you're well, I might as well just try 100%. So it sounds like a really good experience. I've heard similar stories from other people who study abroad. And then those people who had the same idea, usually their experience studying abroad is really, really good. And the other people who go study abroad, maybe with they take their two best friends or something, and then it's comfortable. It's comfortable, but then you don't get as much I don't know, shigeki, some kind of stimulus to make you change. So probably there's a little bit of scariness to go with trying some new stuff, but it's also really good. And in the end, it ended up being a fantastic experience for you, right? Okay, well, I think maybe, I'm not sure how, I should have checked the time when I started, but maybe this is a good... Yeah, it was really good. I'm really happy with it.
Thank you.
But before we end, I want to make sure that if there's any stuff that you want to talk about or any kind of announcements that you have, maybe for your thing coming up in December, then you can look at the camera over here and then announce it.
Have the opportunities. So speaking of diving into a new community, a new world, I decided to go to Australia from next January. To like it will be 1 year journey.
Yeah.
Whole new experience. I've never been to Australia.
A whole new world.
A whole new world. Yeah, I decided to do a working holiday. So that was that was kind of big news from me to everybody who's listening to this. Please cherish me. Please wish my luck. Wish me luck.
Cherish you while you're still in Japan for like 2 more months.
Yes. So before I moved to Australia, I wanted to create something new. Then
Started something new.
started something new. I mentioned Mano, one of my best friends, since we met in Ani, and I invited Mano and Rino, one of my musical theater friend. I asked them to join my new project, and we decided to do the duo play in December 3rd and 4th in Soshigaya Okura. We're going to make an official announcement very soon, so maybe when you're listening to this podcast, I think it's open.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Yep, hopefully. Then we're doing, it's a devising. Have you heard of devising style?
No.
Do you know Chorus Line is one of a popular musical, but like it's a chorus line was made by devising style, and devising style is based on our true stories. So it's a fiction, but based on non-fiction stories.
Like your life story?
Yeah, actors. So me and Mano, we were talking a lot about our, like lives, stories, families, friends, what had happened, why did we start doing musicals, why didn't we stop doing this?
Yeah.
This whole, thing, this whole journey. Based on our stories, Rino, one of my friends, and she's also a writer, lyricist, director, artist. She does everything, like
you
actor,
and all your friends do everything.
everything. So multi, artist. She's now writing the script based on our whole true stories. Then we're going to do a showcase. That's what we call. Not just a play, but the showcase with maybe music or maybe a little bit of dancing.
Okay.
Kind of style. So that's what we're now trying to create. So if you're interested in my life or what we are doing, please don't miss to watch it in person in Soshigaya.
December 3rd and 4th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll tag you in all the description stuff so that if it's on your Instagram and stuff,
yes,
then
it's on Insta.
it'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an announcement for me.
Okay. Did you have any other announcements you want to talk about?
Oh, what else? I don't think.
I didn't have anything, in mind, but I wanted you to talk about the December one.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you very much for your reminder. Yes, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for.
And I have a podcast.
Oh yeah.
I
We should talk about your podcast a little bit. Yeah.
So same as Chris, I have a podcast. It's in Japanese. I speak in Japanese. I speak about my creation process for the deal play in December recently. And I've been doing the podcast for, I think, about 4 years. So I started doing that during COVID because I was really alone. I wanted to talk a lot.
Everybody was alone.
I wanted to talk. And I invited some friends of mine as a guest to talk about their life and what they're thinking. So it's very freestyle podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to some of it. I
very
like
much.
it. It's it's all in Japanese, so I only understand maybe 80-90% of it. But it really feels like it's like I'm becoming your friend, but it's a one-way friendship.
Yes,
It's like
yes,
I'm
that's
learning
true.
about you, and then you don't know anything about me, but I'm just listening. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, so that medicine is good for you. Oh, okay. Oh, this is your friend. Oh, okay, from Annie. Oh, okay.
That's something that I really like about podcasts because nobody interrupts you, right? it's really fun to talk like as a conversation with, you know, like people, like two of us. But I love talking by myself, but I want to have somebody who's listening to this. I'm very selfish, but I don't want them to interrupt me while I'm speaking. So podcasts can, you know, like make this happen.
Yeah. It's fun to listen to, I think, too. Yeah.
But it's nice to hear that you said you feel like you're a friend of mine. That's what I'm aiming for. So.
It's like a one-way friendship. It's like, I know more about this person, I hear about this person, but I say nothing. And then
so you don't know anything about me.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm like only listening, half listening, but because there's a lot of episodes.
Yes.
Like sometimes if I'm like on the train or something, I'm listening to it.
Yeah, that's something that I really want them to, you to do. While driving, while cooking.
Yeah, that's how I found out about the December thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks so much for coming on the podcast today. And
thanks for having me. It was really fun.
Yeah. Thanks so much for making time and everything. Okay, so that's probably the end of the podcast. And at the end, I always say stuff like, oh, you gotta subscribe. And I usually look at the camera. Okay, so thanks so much for listening until the end of Kuli English Podcast. Again, this was Mare, and I'm going to be posting her Instagram and her other like SNS things up on the description. And with that, I guess hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday then. Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, how was that?
Chris.
How was that?
Really fun.